life kung saan talagang nasaktan ka talaga. Sa mga kababaihan ninyong panahon na maaring nahuli mo yung asawa mong may iba. Sa iba naman, yung panahon na sinabihan ka na ng, I don't love you anymore. I have learned to love somebody else. Sa mga lalaki naman, ito yung mga panahon na yung ego nila parang pinukpok ng martilyo dahil pinahiya sila. Okay? Yung panahon na galit ka. Those times wherein you have a very strong emotion na para bang you seem to be out of your head. Nga naman ni, PhD man unta ko. Masteral man unta ko. Ni graduate man unta kag college. Nganong ing-anak man ka, nganong ing-anak man ang imong desisyon. Try to think of that moment in your life. Because I'm sure at that moment of your life, you are so engulfed with a strong emotion that it has the ability to corrupt your intelligence. That no matter what educational attainment you have, why effect? Because of that strong emotion. Because your mental health during that time is already at rest. Think of that moment. And you will realize how powerful emotion can be. Because, lagi kong sinasabi, your emotion can either bring you up or put you down. The gap there, it will put you down or bring you up. So there is gap in between. It will always depend on how you manage it. Because whether you like it or not, in our daily undertakings, laging may emotion. No? Emotion is always there. Papasok ka ng opisina. Nakita mo yung taong nang insulto sa'yo kahapon. As much as you want na wag mabwisit, nabwisit ka. O, ano yan? That's your emotion. May nakita kang isang tao, natitrigger niya yung nakaraan mo. Kahit hindi ka galit sa kanya, para bang napakadali mong magalit sa kanya. Because this person reminds you of something that hurt you in the past. Again, ano ang involved doon? Your emotion. Your emotion. So our emotion is powerful. That if you have a poor management of it, it can corrupt your intelligence. I use the word corrupt. If we're talking of a strong emotion that can deteriorate, cause deterioration, no? It doesn't mean that emotion is negative, no. As God gave us life, as Allah gave us life, He gave us the gift of emotion. Because as I said, it can bring you up. Because through that emotion, in the positive side, we experience the joy of life. You remember that time your firstborn came out? Try to think of that time. sa may mga anak, the first time you saw your firstborn child smiled at you? Do you remember the joy? You remember the happiness during that time? Your emotion allowed you to experience that joy. See? Do you remember the first time the man or the woman you love said, I love you to you? Do you remember the time how happy you are that time? You were happy. Your emotion allowed you to experience that. You remember, girls, women, the time you were walking down the aisle and you were crying in joy and you saw your partner there waiting and also crying in joy? Your emotion allowed you to experience that joy. Well, for those people with a healthy, functional family, no? Kasi marami tayo kasing cases ngayon lalo na nitong pandemic, maraming mga lumabas na they were able to realize they have a unhealthy, dysfunctional family system. Kasi marami na silang panahon sa bahay. So nakita nila, yes, I am a very successful supervisor. I'm a very successful like this and like that. I had my PhD. But for why it's like this? Why is my family like this? I have been working for them all my life. And yet when I come home, my children, they will not even give me attention anymore. Especially when we're talking about 50 years old and above. Na fathers. No? Because their children has a life na they're too busy with their own lives and hindi pa maganda ang relasyon ni papa at ni mama. So they feel like, what happened? What happened to my family? And that feeling of sadness, you experience that one because you were gifted with emotion. And here comes mothers. And, well, share ko lang, yung client ko na isa. Retirable, 59 years old. The husband is 60 years old. And she was diagnosed with brain tumor. But went to Davodok, sabi ng Davodok, it's terminal. But then the good side is after nag-take ng mga supplements, etc., and with God's grace, no, naging benign na lang. And then she's suffering from depression. Sabi niya, Ma'am, what triggers this? Listen. I want you to listen carefully to this because they were able to discover this during the time of the pandemic. Because my client, who is a woman, is actually a principal. Principal. The husband is a district supervisor. They are successful in their careers. Sabi niya, Ma'am, ano ba? Nahiya pa siyang sabihin. Pero, sige, sabihin ko na lang talaga kung bakit ako umiyak. Ayaw na pong tumabi ng asawa ko sa akin. Mas gusto pa po niyang matulog doon sa labas. Tuwing may sinasabi ko ako sa asawa ko, palaging negatibo ang sagot. Pakiramdam ko hindi na talaga niya ako mahal. Well, common kasi na pananaw natin is, ano ba yan? Matatanda na kayo? Nag-iisip ka pa ng love life? Ano ba yan? Which is actually a bad judgment ng mga kabataan. Sana wag ganon. Because as human as we are, we have emotions. And as human as we are, we wanted to be loved. We wanted to be cared. And mind you, it's not a weakness. It's part of being human. And those people who says that it's a weakness, I tell you, they're hiding something. They're trying to be tough because they don't want to be vulnerable, because it's painful to be vulnerable. But again, it's a matter of managing it. So balik tayo sa kwento. Sabi niya, hindi na ako tinatabihan. And I keep crying because of it. And sabi kasi ng doktor, pumunta siya sa psychologist kasi kung hindi niya ma-manage yung kanyang depression, no? Tuwing umiiyak siya, nagdudugo yung ilong niya. So, minanage yun. So, nag-couple counseling, tinatawag si husband. Alam mo anong rason ni husband? Bakit hindi siya matulog sa kwarto? Sabi ni husband, paano man ako matulog dyan sa tabi mo? Na ayaw mo man ng electric fan? Eh gusto ko ng electric fan. Simple. Electric fan lang po pala. No? And to cut the story short, napag-usapan and etc. And somehow they're okay. Okay? But what about those people with dysfunctional families? Like a husband with mistress and a wife who is hurting and children who are silent observers whom the parents, ang alam ng magulang, hindi alam ng mga anak, pero alam yan ng mga anak. They do not know the details, but they can feel it. Because they have emotions too. Well, sad for people with dysfunctional family living. Well, good for those people with positive, healthy, functional living. Kasi when the father comes home, the family really gives time for dinner. The children gives time to talk about what they went through the day. The father comes home as a father, not as a principal, not as a president, not as a millionaire, not as a PhD, not as somebody who is superior. He comes home as a father. And same is true to mothers who tries to make a connection, because our emotions allow us to make those strong connection, which we call attachment. Good for those people who are enjoying this functional, healthy family. Now, going back, let's go to the slides. Wait, you have to be a little patient because I have to change it to the slide. There you are. And I hope, Miss Catherine, you're with me so that you can tell me if right now you are already looking at the slide. Are you seeing the slide now?
Yes
Yes,
po.
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
there you are. So that's somehow a very practical information about the role of emotion in our life. So this time, let's be a little technical. Okay? So we're talking about a winning way to survive the income outbreak, the mental health through emotion management. So we will try to cover, talk about mental health and immune system connection. What are those functional and dysfunctional emotions? And we will try to have practical activities, no? Practical activities that you can do at home. You can do with your family, no? So that you can enhance strategies to manage emotion. So these are the topics that we're going to discuss and try to experience. Now, tanong ko po, ano po ba mga kaganapan sa buhay nyo nung pandemya? No? Meron po ba diyang isa na gustong mag-share? Ng inyong experience nung pandemya? Ano pong nag-overwhelm? What were the overwhelming emotions that you experienced during the pandemic? So, anybody who would like to share out there? So that we can feel that we are still together despite the fact that we are not seeing each other's faces? Anybody? Ang tahimik po. Wala pong gustong mag-share. So, i-share ko na lang po. So, as we know, no, a lot of people have experienced several negative emotions, no, because of the pandemic. There were death, no, and there were severe shortages of resources. In the economic side, maraming nawalan ng trabaho. Sabi ko nga po, blessed yung mga nasa government eh. No? Kasi yung nasa government, even if they are not or they can no longer report sa kanilang mga work, they still have salary to augment their needs. As compared to the contractual workers, the no work, no pay. No? Ako nga po eh, ang savings ko nasaid during the pandemic. Kasi I had my own clinic. And during the pandemic, I have to close that clinic. And until now, it's still closed. And sabi ko, malabo na to mag-operate. Okay? So sa iba, they keep surviving. No? Pero hindi lang po tayo sa economic, nagkaroon ng shortage. Pati sa ating psychological capital. Even those very positive people, there are times that they feel anxious. So, nagkaroon din ng crisis sa tatag ng kalooban. Nagkaroon din ng crisis sa pasensya, especially sa mga magulang, no? who are able to discover, because they have more time with their children, who were able to discover who their children are right now. For some, they're happy. For some, they're frustrated. Okay? So we had shortages of our resources during the pandemic. Well, the good thing is we're surviving. Are we not? And I hope, kahit hindi ko po kayo naririnig, you are saying in your mind, of course, sa awa ni Allah, sa awa ng Diyos, we are really surviving. Okay. Now, As you already know, as you always hear in the news, who are at risk, the older adults, the people with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, those with hypertension, no? And also those people undergoing so much distress and suffer mental health issues. Actually, ating mga doktor at mga nurses, yung ating mga frontliners, isa ito sa nagpahina talaga sa kanilang immune system. That's why they become highly vulnerable, no? Kasi aside the fact na they are exposed, they're also experiencing so much distress. No rest, no? Kulang sa tulog, kulang sa tubig, lalo na pag nandun ka sa suit, you will really be immunocompromised because of distress. Mamaya, makikita ninyo. And then, okay. So ito po, ano po ba itong mental health na ito? Kasi, hindi ito uso sa mga Pilipino ang mental health. Ang kilala lang talaga natin at nire-recognize. Maaring kilala natin si mental health, pero kulang talaga siya ng recognition. Bigyan ko kayo ng example. Even President Duterte in his speech, no, he talks about mental health. Pero itong tanong ko, sa mga LGU ba, may mga psychologist? Wala no? Sa DSWD, may mga sociologists pero walang mga psychologists. They're not hiring psychologists. Actually, I did online counseling pero libre po 'yan, volunteer 'yan. When I do psychological work sa communities, no, especially sa mga poor communities, it's not with pay, it's always for free. In one community na pinuntahan ko, yung may mga schizophrenia doon na mga lumad, ikinukulong po. Because, sabi ng MSWD worker, ma'am, dili man mi kabalo mo ano ana, mo evaluate ana. Kinahanglan pa man na mo mulat dito sa gikan og province. Sabi ko, psychologist din ma'am, wala man ming anak din At there are so many communities na, yes, we talk about mental health, but actually we do not, kulang ang ating response in recognition to the need of mental health. Mga paaralan, schools, okay, may suicide tayo. Magpa-research ka lang naman tungkol sa suicide pag may nag-suicide ka ng estudyante. Pero pag wala ka, tanungin kita, yung counseling office nyo ba? How many students are going there seeking for counseling? Do we have solid programs that would encourage our students to go for counseling? Ito pa po. Pag tayo po ay gutom, pag gutom po tayo, may Jollibee po tayo, may McDo tayo, marami po tayong makainan. Pero ito po ang tanong ko, kapag po meron tayong mga heartbroken na estudyante, baka naman po sasabihin ninyo, ka-OA ba anak mamoy? No, it's a reality of life. Diba? Pag may estudyante tayo na, let's say, itong estudyante na ito, he is a tortured child, an abused child. Tulad ngayon, I received a chat coming, a student. Sabi niya, ma'am, I was raped. Please help me. Sabi ko, why did you not try to go to your school? Because there's stigma. What have we been doing to take this out? Malaki po talaga ang pangangailangan for mental health. Meron tayong 500 na estudyante. 1,000 na estudyante. Ilan po ang guidance counselor? Tapos yung guidance counselor, napakarami pa pong trabaho na, what do you call this? Office work. They don't have time for counseling. They don't have time to make cases. They don't have time to create interventions. Why? Kulang po tayo. Kulang tayo ng recognition sa halaga ng mental health. Kulang pa po tayo sa Pilipinas. Sana po dumating ang panahon na we will recognize. Kasi po sa Pilipinas, what we recognize is more of the physical health. Pag masakit ang ulo, bili ng gamot. Pag sumakit ang tiyan, o kahit anong physical, go to the doctor and have the medication. Pero ito po remember, most of the medicines that we take are not cure. They are treatment. They are treatment, not cure. And I hope you're still with me. Kasi this is very important. I'm also doing coaching sa diabetes. I call it lifestyle coaching for people with diabetes. Why? How was I able to discover it? Okay? Ito po. Kasi at risk kasi ngayon sa pandemya ang mga taong may diabetes. Okay? Why is it that people with diabetes, even if you give them, may medication na po yan may medication na yan. Okay? Yung iba, meron naman ding diet, pero bakit po nag-neuropathy pa? Bakit magsasuffer pa rin sila ng symptoms? Bakit nagkakaroon pa rin ng panahon that they become very irritated because of their high sugars o glucose? Bakit po? Because their mental health need is not recognized. And that is already research-based. In the US po ngayon, kasi US man talaga ang palaging leading, no? They already recognized it. Tinatawag natin the psychosocial need of people with diabetes. Kasi po ganito pala yon. People with diabetes, no? They are prone to have severe feeling of irritation. They have difficulty controlling their, what we call, yung kanilang pasensya. No? Madali silang magalit, madali silang mairita. And it has something to do with their illness. Tanong ko po, ma-address po ba ng metformin yung madali kang magalit? Parang hindi po ata Ma-address po ba ng metformin o ng ano yung mga gamot for diabetes? Yung in layman's term natin na madaling uminit ang ulo mo? Parang hindi po ata. Ma-address po ba ng metformin yung nahihirapan tayong tanggapin? Yung sudden change sa lifestyle natin? Kaya mas lalo kang nabibwisit at naiinis. Tuwing sinasabihan ka ng kapamilya mo, huwag mong kainin yan, bawal yan, etc. Parang hindi po ata. So there is a need to recognize that even people with diabetes needs to do lifestyle counseling so that maturuan mo sila ng anger management, especially yung meron ng dating in layman's term, kanang mga saputon, no? Ang personality, no? Highly irritated people. Okay. So they need help in their mental health side. Okay. Although mental health will not give you, of course, the direct cure, but it will give you a direction to a style of life that will make you more productive despite any pandemic and illness. Again, mental health may not give you a direct cure, but it will provide you a direction, a clear, a valid direction. Okay? So that you will remain, sustain productivity despite of any pandemic despite of any illness, despite of any adversities in life. And that is mental health. So ngayon po, tanong ko, how is your mental health? Oh, lagi ko tong example. Baka naman po, ganito. Paggising mo sa umaga, ang unang tanong ko sa'yo, how are you feeling? Do you still enjoy waking up in the morning or you just wake up? And then after you wake up, you would suddenly feel, in layman's term natin, nabwisit ka na. Kasi maingay, walang tubig, pareho pa rin ng ulam, amoy bawang si misis, no? Yung tipo po bang you no longer have the eyes for the things that you used to appreciate before. Because your mind right now is busy thinking of all the issues and problems that you have. Your son is making kuhit of you and trying to get your attention and telling, Mama, look, nice. And you said, mamaya nalagi kay busy ako. So how's your mental health right now? Do you have difficulty sleeping? Because you cannot take out certain issues in your head? Are there certain topics or issues na ayaw mo nang isipin? Ayaw mo na talagang isipin kasi paulit-ulit at nakakapagod. And yet, it keeps bothering your mind. And it's somehow out of control. And so, you walk, going to the office, na parang buhat mo ang mundo. You have a gloomy face, trying to hide it with a makeup. You're trying to joke around. But in the afternoon, you'd like to have a drink. Kasi, ay, may pangmuli ko kanang, kanang katulgon ako. Okay, saba sa balay. So, you are robbing yourself of joy, of love, which is actually basic needs of being a human, by the way. Money is important, I keep saying it. Money is important, of course it is important. But let me ask you, are you earning for yourself? Or you're trying to earn for the people you love? Your children, your family. And why are you doing that? Are you doing it for ego? Doing it for pride? I don't think so. You're doing it because you love them. And so, let me remind you, love motivates you to work. You have an ambition because you would like to offer it probably to your self-love, your love for yourself. So always remember that part of our mental health is to recognize the things that makes us joyful in a daily basis. So, next ko na tanong, does poor management of mental health make you at risk of illness in this time of pandemic? Yes. At hindi lang po sa time ng pandemic. Every time. Every time. Now, we're gonna look at that closely. Pero pwede po ba, bago ako magpatuloy, can you please give me any noise? Just make me feel you're there. Like,
Hello po.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. We're here to
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, so this time, I'm gonna give you evidences. No? I'm gonna give you evidences that will convince you that poor management of mental health can really put us at risk of illness. I will try my best to sell this idea to you. Kaya nga no, unta-unta, in the very office that you work, okay, in your very school, you will try to do something to develop the mental health services, no? For employees, for students, and for the community at large. Okay. This one. This one, let me have this one bigger. There. This came from a study, no? It says that negative attitudes and feelings of helplessness and hopelessness can create chronic stress, which upsets the body's hormone balance, depletes the brain chemicals required for happiness, and damages the immune system. Chronic stress can actually decrease our lifespan. O ayan, paulit-ulit sinasabi, ayaw nating isabuhay. Actually, this stress talaga. No? Stress is normal part of life. No? It's part of living. But when we say chronic, aka distress, talagang pinapaigsi niyang buhay natin. No? And take note negative attitudes. Na, ito ang tanong ko, paano mo malaman na negative ang attitude mo? O ito. Sige. Quick test. No? Pikit mo mata mo, anong una mong makita? Imaginein mo yung sarili mo, anong una mong nakikita? Did you insult yourself or did you appreciate yourself? When you see things around you, inside your family, what is your tendency? To be a fault finder or to appreciate? Think about it. If you have a negative attitude, makikita mo yan eh. Kasi you tend to be 90% fault finder. Or 99% nga sa iba fault finder. Sinasabi mo lahat ng maling nakikita mo, pero hindi mo nakikita yung tama. That is why when you speak, people get hurt because of that very critical attitude. Ngayon, one client told me that it's part of my work to be critical. Don't you see, I am a consultant. I have to see the faults. Ang sabi ko ganito. So that means your family is also part of your work? That means the wife that you said I love you before is part of your work? Is part of your job? Natahimik naman po siya. Baka nag-isip. No? So ayan, pag-isipan natin. Kasi kung meron kang negative attitude at palaging helpless, hopeless, ayan, pinapaigsi po niya ng buhay natin. And there are already multitude of research that will prove that. And then here it is. Large body of both clinical and experimental evidence showing an increased incidence of emotional disorders in patients suffering from immune diseases, and increased susceptibility to immune diseases in patients suffering from mental disorders. So you see the connection of emotional disorders and immune diseases? Kasi automatic man yan na pag tinamaan ng immune system mo, your body will welcome all the diseases. No? Madali ka naman lang tamaan. Kaya nga sa may mga AIDS, di ba? Kasi I was able to to deal with a person with AIDS. Galing siya ng labas. Galing siya ng Middle East actually. Lalaki, no? He came home, no, may AIDS na siya. He's turning 40 pa lang siya because of, several relationships doon. And nabuhay siya for nabuhay pa siya ng 5 years, no? Malaking naging role nung stress, no? How he managed stress sa quality of life niya while he is living with that AIDS. Ayan. So talagang papaigsiin ng buhay mo, no, yung negative attitude na yan. Kaya kung may negative attitude ka at gusto mo pang mabuhay, probably try to think of, probably change it. So ito, stress during an infectious disease outbreak can sometimes cause the following. So ito siya. So experience fear and worry. No? Normal po yun. Hindi po yun abnormal. It's very normal. Because we lost job. Ako din eh. I lost so much during the pandemic in the economic side. Pero sumbar gyapon. No? Mukatawar gyapon. Kanay napay panahon, mukatawa, nga muhila, basta mukatawa. Kaya ang sabi man, you just laugh and endorphins will increase. No? Plus, itong tanong ko, is crying bad? No. Crying is a catharsis. It will prolong your life. No? If you use crying as a catharsis. Diba? Sample ko. O, sige, especially sa mga babae dyan. Ito makarelate man talaga ang mga babae nito. Try to remember that time na parang galit na galit ka o nasasaktan ka tapos may nabubuo na mabigat sa may lalamunan mo. Tapos may mabigat sa lalamunan mo tapos likod tapos papunta sa dibdib. Tapos nagki-clench na ang jaw mo. Sa mga lalaki naman, ganun din, nagki-clench ang jaw, nagki-clench ang fist, mabigat, parang hindi makahinga. O hindi makahinga. Well, those are trapped emotions. Yan ang na-trap na emotions. Kaya sige, trap pa more ng emotions para ma-heart attack. No? That is stress. That's distress already. That's why sinabi ang distress can really decrease your life and can even trigger cardiovascular attack. Okay, kasi nagpugong-pugong man ka. Pag pugong-pugong nimo, physical pugong nimo, no? Nag-clench ang mga muscles mo. Imbis na i-manage mo, hindi mo siya i-manage. So, ang nangyari, ayun, paring nagkaroon ng hypertension, nagkaroon ng cardiovascular disease kasi in a week, 4 na beses siya magganon. Maaring problema sa pamilya, problema sa trabaho, kaya siyang palaging may emotional turmoil. No? At hindi niya yun na-manage. Ayun, nagkasakit sa puso. Nagkaroon ng cancer. Because even distress, no, can really affect, no, increase our probability to develop cancer. Okay. Too much worrying. It's distress. Okay. Why? It will change our sleep patterns. It will change our eating patterns. No? It will worsen chronic health problems. And to some, imbis healthy ka, makadevelop ka niyan. And it will worsen mental health conditions. Ayan pa. No? It can increase your tobacco and alcohol and other substances use. This is especially true sa mga kabataan. Kaya, importante talaga sa mga kabataan na meron talaga tayong maayos, konkreto, no, na mental health services sa kanila. Hindi yan okay. Hindi. No? Wala ta nag-ingon nga i-baby na nato sila. No? Because ang mga kabataan natin ngayon is so exposed with social media. And then, where do they get the information that they need to survive? O, di sana, we provide that through our mental health services. Here. O, ito na, look out for these common signs of distress. Yan. Feelings of fear, anger, sadness, worry, numbness, nagnanam. Lalo na yung magalit ka bigla. No, magnumb, ma-feel niyo parang magnumb ang mga kamay niyo. I-relax mo talaga yan agad. No, kasi baka magkaroon ka ng mag-constrict yung ugat mo. No? So, it's a sign na nagnumb ka, yung flow ng dugo mo na apektuhan talaga. So, i-relax mo talaga, mag-manage ka agad ng emotion mo yan. Pag-usapan natin mamaya. There will be change in appetite, energy, activity levels. O ito, especially sa mga married, no? If, for example, si husband o si wife wala ng appetite for sex, no? Huwag naman natin agad isipin na may iba. Oh, masyado naman tayong quick in making judgment. Because, no, distress or chronic stress can actually affect our libido. So even your appetite to have sex, appetite to eat, they are affected. So alamin mo, if you are a very caring and concerned wife, talk to your husband. Sabihin mo, kung saan man ako mo istorya anak nga, mo-open pa lang ko sa kong baba, suko na dayon. So try to figure out. Try to find means and ways. No? Baka yung style mo, kailangan mong baguhin yung style. Sabi nga nila, there are 1,000 ways to kill a cat. At ang lagi kong sinasabi sa couple ganito, alalahanin mo nga nung nililigawan mo yan, ano ba yung unang nagustuhan mo dyan? Ano ba yung panahon na masaya kayo? Alalahanin mo nga yung communication style mo nung mga panahon na yun. Di ba parang hindi pa matinis ang boses mo nung panahon yun? Parang hindi ka pa sumisigaw. Parang hindi ka pa matapang. Parang, Han, kumain ka na? Anong gusto mo? Uy, may pasalubong ako sa'yo. Parang ganun pa man yung boses mo noon. Pero nawala na eh. So try to study so that you can penetrate to the mind of your partners. And again, you can connect with them. Kasi po, ito po, ang relationship po talaga ay number 1 na dahilan ng stress. Huwag niyo pong sabihin sa akin na pera. No? Ay, sabi niyo, ay hindi, mamay. Pera talaga yan, ma'am. Tanungin ko kayo. Totoo, may problema kayo sa pera. Pero pag umuwi ka, pag-uusapan ninyo ng maayos yung problema nyo. Nagdadasal kayo. May kausap ka, may kasama ka. So, ibig sabihin, isinasabuhay nyo yung pinagsumpaan ninyo that for better or for worse, till death do us part. Ayun. Kasi nag-uusap kayo eh. Maayos ang relasyon ninyo eh. Ngayon, ito. Wala kayong maayos na relasyon. Yung sinasabi nila na, we are married, but not in relationship. Marami tayong ganun ngayon. Uso na ata eh. Staying married, but not in relationship. Niuli mo sa isa kabalay, but you are not connected. Yung isa nasa Bahrain, yung isa nasa Pilipinas, ang utak. You're not connected. Talagang cause yan ng stress. So, pag-aralan natin ng mabuti. At, ayun, yung problemang maliit sa pera, na meron naman sanang solusyon, lumalaki. So you're creating a mountain or a hill out of an anthill. Napakaliit ng anthill. Napakaliit ng problema. Lumaki na parang isang bundok. Why? Because you both know that you are no longer connected. Hindi nyo lang masabi sa isa't isa. Because something is wrong in your relationship and you just let it be. And you don't know how to deal with it. You're lost. So you just let it be. Let the society say that we are married. So you're living for the society. You're not living for your family. You are not enjoying what God supposed to give us to enjoy, which is love and joy of living. Because you declined and you ignored your relationship. So think about that. I hope you will seriously think about that. So, anong nangyari? Nagkakaroon ka ng difficulty sleeping, nightmares, no? Nagkakaroon ka ng headache, body pain, stomach problems, skin rashes, chronic health problems, no? Alcohol use, tobacco. Okay. Actually, ito yan eh, oh. Ito. Ito po ang nangyayari pag nag-undergo ang katawan natin ng mga challenges sa buhay. Ayan, ayan, ayan. Yan po yung mekanismo ng ating katawan. So what happened here is that our prefrontal cortex, our certain part of our brain will appraise a certain situation. Kung may bagong sitwasyon, ano ba ito? Is this stressful? Does it causes me to is it a threat? Does it cause me to feel anxious? Fear? So, merong stress. So tuwing meron kang stress, ito ang nangyayari. Si hypothalamus nag-release ng hormone. At yung hormone na nirelease niya, gi-stimulate si pituitary gland. And then si pituitary gland, nag-release ng tinatawag natin na ACTH. At si ACTH po, no? Gi-stimulate niya si adrenal gland na mag-secrete ng cortisol. Okay. Ito po ang trabaho ni cortisol. Napaka-importante po nito sa mga taong may diabetes dyan. Importante po ito. Cortisol steroids boost our resistance to stress. Actually, it fosters muscle development. It induced our liver to release sugar, which provides needed burst energy to respond for us to threat or emergency. Normal man po yon kasi merong challenge eh. So normal lang na we need some sugar in our body. So kahit hindi ka kumain ng sugar, automatic, whatever is it na kinain mo will be turned by the liver into sugar or for the liver to release sugar. No? So okay lang in the normal basis. Pero ito yon. What if in your 24 hours of living, 24 hours no? Ang stress mo is bombarding. How do we qualify bombarding? Sabihin natin, sa isang araw, ang mga bagong challenges mo umaabot sa 100. Iba-iba. Ibang topic araw-araw. Okay? Okay. Stress yun. Okay. Next. I hope you're following, Next. Dahil sa dami ng commitment mo, no? Dahil maraming challenges, you cannot eat on time. You can no longer sleep thinking of solutions on how to resolve the problem. Okay? And then, your body cannot even take a glass of water anymore because you have to depend on coffee to keep yourself alert, Coke to keep yourself awake. Coffee. Ayun. Dito po nangyayari na itong mekanismo na ito ay magkakaroon ngayon ng abnormal na functioning. So si hypothalamus ngayon will always trigger the pituitary gland, will always release ACTH, and then our cortisol will increase in our body. Daghan imong cortisol. So kanang imong liver magsige create og sugar. Kay sige man siya permanente, palagi man siya there is need for energy man because your brain keeps saying stress. Okay, your mind won't relax man. So your hypothalamus keeps releasing all these chemicals till down. So anong nangyari? What did research found out? Too much cortisol in the body weakens our immune system. Too much cortisol in our body actually destroys many organs in our body and triggers depression. O, ayan. And so, lack of management of this stress leads us to experience negative emotions. And then it becomes a loop, Para na siyang cycle. And then there comes the different physical illnesses. At yun, doon tayo magaling. Pag may physical illness na, ay, sakit na ng likod ko, parang namaga, ay, sabi ng doktor, ay, namaga ang liver mo, ma'am. O, binigyan ka ng gamot. Binigyan ka ng gamot. Pero yung lifestyle mo, na pagtanggap mo ng stress, yun pa rin. Ang hindi mo alam, nagkaganon ang liver mo, it's because of your lifestyle. Oh, bakit? Anong nangyari? Because you fail to recognize your mental health. Kasi hindi mo pinahalagahan ang mental health mo eh. Ang pinahalagahan mo lang ang physical health mo. You forgot. Okay. Sa mga taong may diabetes, kahit pag-aralan nyo ang lifestyle nila, they neglected their mental health at some point in their lives. Okay? So I hope you will see the importance of mental health, especially in terms of managing stress. And this simple system that I am showing to you right now in your screen, it's very simple. Actually, marami pa yung mga mekanismo na tinigritty, pero we're not doctors. I'm just showing it to you for you to realize that this stress has a biological explanation. Mental health and the effects of poor mental health has a biological basis that causes us to be physically sick. Let's not wait for the physical ailment. Nanungulat mamangyod ka sa imong physical ailment nga mo abot. If you could sense already, ito, yan, pag nakita mo na yung signs na yan, dapat maging aware ka na, ay sandali lang ang mental health ko. Ay sandali lang, bakit palagi na lang akong negatibo? Kawawa man naman tong mga anak ko, lagi ko na lang minumura. Ano ba yan? Malagi na lang ako nagsusungit. Ano ba yan? Hindi na ako masaya sa life ko. Lagi ako masungit, lagi ako nagmumura. Lagi ako naghahanap ng mali. Hindi po kahinaan yun to recognize it. Hindi yun kamalian. Na minsan kasi takot tayong tanggapin na nangyayari yan sa atin kasi ayaw mong sabihin mali ka. No! Don't do that to yourself, please. You have to recognize these simple things there in your screen right now because you care for your mental health. There you are. Okay. So ito na. Ito po. Ito pong nakikita nyo sa screen na ito ngayon, hindi po akin yan. Galing po yan sa World Health Organization. Basahin po ninyo. Sa World Health Organization, sabi po niya, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being and not merely the absence of a disease. Kasi po, tayo, may utak tayo na ganito eh. Kung wala kang sakit, healthy ka. Ako, naninigarilyo ka. Ano, bakit mo man pakialaman ang paninigarilyo ko? Healthy man ko. O ito, sasabihin ko sa inyo, sinabi ng World Health Organization, hindi porket wala kang sakit, healthy ka. Okay? The fact na ikaw ay palaging may negative attitude sa buhay, ibig sabihin nun, hindi ka healthy. Ngayon, ito, wala man ko'y sakit, wala man ko'y physical illness, wala man ko'y liver problem, wala man ko'y hypertension, wala man ko'y cardiovascular. O sige, ingani, hulat, paghulat. Ituloy mo ang negative attitude mo, mag-antay ka ng mga 5 taon, darating na yung inaantay mong physical health. That's what we do. We wait for the physical illness to come before we recognize something is wrong. And I hope this definition will awaken you the fact that the absence of illness does not mean that you are healthy. Okay? Because probably, physically speaking, wala pa kay sakit, pero padulungay na ka. Okay? Wa pa'y makita ang doktor, pero you are already at rest because your mental health is not well taken care of. Ma'am, sure ka? Na, tangutan ka, kamusta imong relasyon, be? Your relationship with your family, your relationship with your colleagues. Sige daw, i-measure daw, in a daily basis, how many times do you experience genuine joy and appreciation of life? Ma'am, okay mo na, ma'am. We, really? Sige, go on with that kind of thinking. Go on. And I will tell you, the retirement benefits that you will get later on, magamit ra na nimo sa imong hospitalization. Mauna may tabo. And I hope it will not happen. And I hope you will not allow that to happen. So here, mental health is a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with normal stress of life, can work productively. Ibig sabihin, in every setting of your life, work at home, that means your children, your wife or wives, no? And then, if you're at work, you can be productive, no? And able to make a contribution to his or her community. Because some people will just work. I'm just doing my job. I do not care if it will benefit you or not, as long as I'm doing my job and I'm getting my salary. Some people are like that. And I tell you, when you already talk like that, please check your mental health. Something is wrong in there that needs, probably needs some caring. Something is missing there. No? Something is missing there. If you don't have that satisfaction anymore, pag itong last na linya na you already lack the goodwill. Actually, goodwill ang tawag natin dyan. When you say goodwill, yes, we go to our work because we need money. That is true. But then there is goodwill. You go to work because you would like other people to benefit in what you do. That's goodwill. Okay? And you have that. People with mental health, positive mental health, no, have that kind of attitude. So I hope that's very clear, ha? Okay. So, ayan. Being mentally healthy, kulang po. Being mentally, so sa pag-encode ko po yan. Sorry, pasensya na. Being mentally healthy is much more than the absence of mental health problems. So mental health refers to the presence of positive characteristic. Ayun po, no? Kung ikaw ay isang assessment specialist, at tanungin mo, paano ba natin masasabi na meron tayong positive mental health? Ayan po. Meron kang mga ganitong characteristics. No? So meron kang sense of contentment. No? Because there are people who doesn't have sense of contentment. Sabihin niya, pag ako naka-iPhone 6, masaya na ako. Pero nung may iPhone 6, may iPhone 10. Pangit na tong iPhone 6. No? There is no contentment. Okay? The ability to laugh and have fun. Ang sarap tingnan, alam nyo, nung mga mag-asawa na kahit matanda na good sila, they can still laugh together. Kahit na nag-wane na ang sex life nila, they can still have fun, no? In things that they love to do before. Ang sarap tingnan lang. These people successfully invested. It's an investment actually, relationship, in order for you to sustain a good relationship, a positive relationship. No? It requires an investment of time, even money. For some, pero hindi naman milyones ang kailangan mo. Ano yung asawa mo? Kailangan ng diamonds. Na kailangan mo ng milyones. No? If there is real love, it requires small money, no? In order for you to sustain a good relationship. Ang sarap lang. Napakasarap po ng merong masayang relasyon, maayos na relasyon. Ang maayos na relasyon at masaya, hindi po yan free of problem. Meron po. Pero nakakapag-usap po kayo. Okay. And then, the ability to deal, they have the ability to deal with life demands. And ito, may COVID. No, nag-iba man talaga ang routine natin sa buhay. But then, we can bounce back. No? We have the ability to bounce back. And then, ito po, I meet a lot of people na I could really see ito kulang yung open to experience. You know, there are some people, kung ano yung sinabi nila, yun na yun. I mean, they are not open to experience. They are sometimes, even if you will already give them facts na yan ha? Data. Okay? Sometimes, well, good kung magtahimik sila. Ibig sabihin, pag tumahimik sila, tama na. Huwag ka rin ma-insulto. Ibig sabihin, they are digesting it. Give them time to think. May magandang tao kasi. There are certain people who have difficulty making adjustment. They are not open to experience. So, merong strategy on how to deal with them. Huwag mo silang pinipilit ng idea mo. Magkakagulo lang kayo. Okay? Sabi ko nga, find the best way to penetrate their mind. Okay? So, they are not very adaptable to change, no? Some. So, help them. If you care for this person, find ways to help them adapt to change. No? Then they have the ability to balance. No, a person with mental health or with good mental health, no, has the ability to build and maintain fulfilling relationship. Hindi lang puro simula. Kasi tayo minsan sa relationship, sa simula lang tayo magaling. Hala, nung niligawan, ibibigay ko sa iyo ang anong tawag diyan? Ang bituin at ang buwan. Nung nag-asawa na, wala na. Okay. Ni ultimo bulaklak, hindi mo na mabigyan. Dati, bituin pinangako mo eh. Ngayon, simpleng bulaklak, sasabihin mo, iba anak, mag-asawa naman ta. So, it's not a good investment if your attitude is like that. Try to invest in your relationship. No? It requires investment talaga of time, no? And effort sa relationship. So that, if you're married, you are in marriage and in relationship. Hindi na you're married but not in relationship. No? Wag naman sana ganon. And then, people with positive mental health, no, have self-confidence and high self-esteem. Okay. Actually, hindi ko alam kung isasali ko pa ito. Kasi ganito. Ito po. So, kung ito, na mga characteristics, no? At marami pa actually, pinili ko lang yung mga common. So, kung meron itong characteristics na to sa'yo, okay, no? Well and good. Pero ang tanong, paano pag wala? What if this were not experienced by you? Okay. Ito sasabihin ko sa iyo. Kailangan mo itong if you don't see this to you, you have to understand this. Okay. Kasi, ito yung model na pwedeng magpaliwanag kung ikaw ba ay vulnerable to have a mental disorder or not. Bakit ito importante? Kasi alam natin, di ba? Pag meron kang mental disorder, you are vulnerable or at risk of the pandemic. During the pandemic, masasali ka sa mga at risk eh. Kasi automatic, pag meron kang mental disorder, talagang immune system mo talaga affected. So you are immunocompromised. So itong model na ito, I hope you will understand. Ito. Dito po nakalagay genetic predisposition. Ibig sabihin, there are particular mental illnesses that are genetically endowed. And I've seen a lot, like bipolar, depression, even alcoholism, no? It's schizophrenia, no? Napakataas. Alam niyo po ba ang Pilipinas, ang number one na ang number one na mental disorder sa Pilipinas is schizophrenia? Akala ko dati, drug addiction, hindi. Schizophrenia. And most of our schizophrenia cases are not properly dealt with. No? Kinukulong lang natin. May gamot naman. No? May intervention naman. But hindi natin binibigyan ng pansin kasi wala nga tayo. Hindi nga natin nire-recognize ang mental health. Okay? Kulang. Kung meron man tayong recognition, meron tayong recognition. Pero, kulang pa po talaga tayo sa gawa. Okay? So, kung meron na po yan sa genetic predisposition natin, sa pamilya natin, meron tayong mga lola, lolo, na merong tinatawag na nervyos, ay dili man na siya depression, ma'am, kanang, ingana na gina siya, naghinuktok na siya, gikan pa tong iyang adolescent years, hangtod karong 50 anyo siya, naghinuktok na yun siya. Dili na siya mental disorder, hinuktok ra na. Well, I tell you, hindi normal ang maghinuktok ka from your adolescent years hanggang 50 years old ka. That ibig sabihin, there is there probably undiagnosed mental disorder. No? Yung lagi kang nakatulala, ayaw mo ng tao, gusto mo lang sa kwarto, no? You don't want to talk to people. So, probably there is genetic predisposition. So, tingnan natin yan, baka may mga kapamilya tayong ganun. At hindi po natin dapat kinakahiya yan. Dapat natin yung tinatanggap. Okay? And then, childhood trauma. What if ikaw, no, nung bata ka, you are neglected child or you are a pampered child. No? Ibig sabihin, nagkaroon ka ng trauma, maaring na-rape ka, na-molest ka, okay? Maaring bugbog sarado ka. Tulad nga po nung isang na-meet ko, he's a very successful person right now. Pag sinabi mong successful, sa layman's view, ang view natin, pag successful is, magandang sasakyan mo, naka-jeep ka, anong tawag doon? Wrangler ka, naka-FJ Cruiser ka, diba? Maganda bahay mo, ganon, tapos maganda posisyon mo, successful, no? Pero, if you're going to look at closely, this person, if you talk to them, may issue sa mental health. And their experience of joy in living is very limited. And then their contentment is unending. Wala silang kakontentuhan eh. Okay? And then most of it, if you will go closer to their life, they have childhood trauma. Like, sa una, tong bata ko, ginasako magay ko sa una, ginabitay ko. Ginapaasuhan pa mangganit ko. Unsa man ang love-love, to man ka ng love-love, mabuhi man ta, makakaon man ta, unsa man ang love-love, But it's quality of living. And then the childhood trauma, the genetic predisposition, increases your vulnerability to mental illness or disorder. And then, ito po ang mediating factor natin, yung stress. if you have a vulnerability to a mental disorder, and then you have excessive, stressful circumstances in your life, okay, you have higher probability to develop a mental disorder. But even if you are vulnerable, no, but you have a minimal stressful circumstance, you have lower probability of having a mental disorder. Okay. So ayan, ito na po. The next slides that I will be showing you are the connection, will show you a connection between emotion and physical health, no? Look at this. Love. Actually, love, when I talk of love here, I'm more talking of the feeling side, of the emotion side of love, because love itself is a mental state. But in here, I'm more talking of the experience of love, no? So when in love, you may notice, no, nagre-raise ang heartbeat, your hands are getting, nagsusweat ka. Okay, it is caused by the stimulation of adrenaline tsaka norepinephrine, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, no? A clinical sexologist and licensed marriage and family therapist, no? Yan siya. At the same time, oxytocin, the love hormone, makes you feel happy, confident, and fades your pain as the painkiller areas of the brain are being activated. And your heart becomes healthier. It is said that married people live longer than singles. Ito po, depende po yan sa quality ng marriage. Okay. Alam niyo po, I hope you're still there, may scientific basis po ang for better or for worse, till death do us part. Sabihin ko sa inyo ha, ganito yan. Bakit ang mag-asawa kailangang mabuhay na magkasama? Physically ba, ang distance, magkasama? For better or for worse? Bakit hindi sila pwedeng for better lang? Ganito. Kasi, during the worst time, tulad ng mga nakakatakot na panahon, okay, nung mga panahon ng pagsubok, actually, our hormone, yung oxytocin natin, no, lumalabas. Ngayon, kung sino yung kasama mo nung panahon na tinatawid mo yung pagsubok na yan, doon ka na-attach. Bakit? It is because during the time your oxytocin hormone is released. Okay? Kasi yung oxytocin kasi increases your attachment with the person. Kaya no wonder minsan yung magkakasama sa opisina na palaging magkasama, palaging sila ang magkatuwang, okay, they get attached to each other. Okay? But wala namang problema sa attachment as long as you have a good definition of that attachment. Ngayon, ang hindi maganda, pag nilagyan mo ng ibang definition yung attachment na yan. So do not give any other definition but friendship to that attachment that you develop because of the oxytocin. Okay? That is why it is good for husband and wives to be together for better or for worse of their life. Kasi the oxytocin hormone during the worst times, no, makes them more attached to each other. Ayan. Kaya tayo nagkakaproblema sa marriage kasi together lang kayo pag better, pag worst wala kayo. Oh. Kaya wag kayong magreklamo niyan kapag halimbawa mag 50 years old na kayo, may iba si mister nyo, may iba si misis nyo, yan tuloy. You already seen sa batas ng tao, no? Bakit? It is because you failed to invest in your relationship, no? Kasi most likely, nandyan lang kayo pag birthday, nandyan kayo pag Christmas. Pero sa panahon na may pinagdadaanan kayong pagsubok tulad ng pandemya, are you there for each other? Are you? And I hope you are. No? Okay. Anger and anxiety. Anger is associated with resentment, irritability, and rage. It can bring you anything from headache, insomnia, to digestion. You see the physical effects, ha? May headache, may insomnia to digestion, skin problems, heart attack, and even stroke, no? So, you see? What's more, if you're a warrior, anger can make it even worse by strengthening the symptoms of generalized anxiety disorder. So, kailangan talaga i-manage. Hindi ko po sinasabi na huwag magalit. Normal po talaga ang magalit. Walang taong hindi nagagalit. Okay? Okay po tayo magalit, but we know how to manage it. Fear. Okay. The blood literally drains from our face, no, when we experience fear. This happens, no, thanks to the autonomic nervous system. So you see, no, when we face a trigger, blood vessels pinch off the flow of our face and extremities, sending more blood to our muscles and body, so we'll be ready for either flight or fight response. You see, may emotion ka na fear, nakita mo yung physical effect. Okay? O, ito naman, disgust. Ayan, ito madalas ito eh. Minsan sa opisina, nangyayari ito yung disgust, a feeling of disgust. Kung sama na siya, uy. Ay, kabalo ka, kung pwede palang pudili mo sunod, kaya di na kung gusto makita yung dagway. My God. Okay, so that is disgust. You can also feel nausea, makasuka ka, as if worsening, as if something is wrong with your stomach. This happens because the antipathy produced by disgust has a lot of physiological elements that makes up the digestive system. How to avoid, nakalagay na dyan, no? Breathing exercises pa rin. Okay. So sabi dito, instead of making fun of someone or something, be kind towards them. Okay? Shame. Ito, shame. Kahihiyan. In cases of healthy shame, a person doesn't lose their self-esteem and free will, no? And unhealthy shame usually comes from the past. In this sense, toxic shame becomes a person's part and a kind of stress to them. This causes problems such as overproduction of cortisol. Yan, nasabi ko na po sa inyo anong mangyayari pag nag-overproduce ang ating cortisol. Okay, so we should be able to deal with those unnecessary shame in our life. Sabi nga nila, past is past. No? You always hear that from everyone, past is past. No? Isa buhay natin. Okay? Ito pa, stop comparing yourself to others, please. No? It doesn't make you any good at all. Okay? Ayan. Pride and contempt. Okay? Pride, in layman's term, garbo. Okay, sa Bisaya di ay na garbo, no? O kanang garbo, asa man nagikan? Comes from negative thoughts about other people, together with the feeling that there is no one better than you. Ayan, may ganun ka kasing feeling eh, na wala yun dapat mas maayos ako, ikaw, samang ka. Oh, ganun ba? Laging may ganong attitude. Minsan we don't say it, but it's inside our psyche. It's in our attitude. Eh. So ayan. So minsan when your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or someone who knows, someone na alam mong mahal ka, yun bang alam mo talaga na mahal ka ng taong ito? And if listen to this person, baka kasi sinasabi niya sa iyo ang totoo about your garbo. No? So, this connection can make you feel stressed. O yan, mag-heartburn ka tuloy. Stomach ache, high blood pressure. Ayan. Sige, araw-arawin mo yan na magka-hypertension ka talaga. The saying, pride goes before a fall, shows that being proud can lead to a consequence that results in ignoring potential risks. Ayan. Alam mo naman yung mga potential risks, no? But you ignore them because you believe that, I'm good, I'm better, no? Hindi yan mangyayari, ganyan. It's okay to be optimistic, no? But being optimistic is you recognize the real threat and you deal with them. That's being optimistic. When you say pride, you know the threat, but you ignore them. That's the difference, no? Okay, ito pa po. For people who has difficulty saying, I'm sorry, no? Well, ganito. If you know some people who has difficulty saying, I'm sorry, let's not also be quick in making judgment. Kasi hindi naman kasi natin alam kung anong pinagdaanan nila nung lumalaki sila. Kaya sila naging hard people, no? So most likely, sabi ko nga, find a way to penetrate them, no? If they are our loved one. So, pero kung ikaw yan, at tingin mong ikaw yan, no? Ito, stop being a perfectionist and consider your fails as a chance for a better try. Sabi nga sino nga yung gumawa ng isang sasakyan, sabi niya, failure is our chance to begin again more intelligently. Kasi you do that not because you are wrong or she is right, but because you don't like to be physically ill, because you love yourself, no? So you have to learn to be kind and humble because they have better physical what do you call this? Physical benefits to us rather than to be garboso. Ito, jealousy. Oh, some people find jealousy to be sweet, okay, but only when it's not too much. Normal jealousy is what a person feels when they're worried or they fear losing a loved one. Unhealthy jealousy can destroy hearts, relationships, and families. And again, it is stressful. Stressful talagang magselos, no? So, ayan. Lagi mong i-activate ang cortisol production mo. Okay? And what will happen again when you activate ang cortisol production? There you are. Physical ailment. Yan ang ating happiness. Tinext na ako ni ma'am. Sabi niya, ma'am, hanggang 4. Anong oras na ba? O sige, tatapusin na natin ito. And then, ito po, last. Anxiety and depression increase risk of death from liver disease. You could see there the difference between the liver of a normal person and the liver of a stressed person. Kasi nga po, active masyado si liver when our distress is high. Ayan. Okay, si happiness, it's beneficial of course. Okay, ito na. Okay, actually, bibigay ko pa sana ito. Ito. Okay. Ma'am, are you still there? Ito na lang po. Okay.
Yes, Doc. Okay, Doc.
Okay, para meron pa tayong time for the strategies, no? So kindly,
Okay.
kindly check your coronavirus anxiety. Kasi ito man yung ating pinagdadaanan ngayon, no? So, with this scale, just answer it, no? I hope you're answering it now. How often have you experienced the following activities over the last 2 weeks? Ayan. 1, I felt dizzy, lightheaded, or faint when I read or listen to news about the coronavirus. So, please choose. 2, I had trouble falling or staying asleep because I was thinking about the coronavirus. 3, I felt paralyzed or frozen when I thought about or was exposed to information about the coronavirus. 4, I lost interest in eating when I thought about or was exposed to information about the coronavirus. 5, I felt nauseous or had stomach problems when I thought about or was exposed to information about the coronavirus. Okay. Ayan. Now, I hope you're done. This is what you're going to do. Just add up the numbers. So ito. Each item for the CAS is rated on a 5-point scale, 0. Okay. A CAS total score is 9. indicates probable dysfunctional coronavirus-related anxiety. Hindi ko na po tatanungin yung inyong score, no? So, pag nag-9 po kayo, ibig sabihin, probable dysfunctional coronavirus-related anxiety. So, ibig sabihin, you have to deal with that na. Next is elevated scores. Elevated scores on a particular item or high total scale score of 9 may indicate problematic symptoms for the individual that might warrant further assessment. No? Kapag less elevated ang scores mo. Okay, so we don't have time anymore. Wag na lang yan. Okay, next. Next is, we're done talking about the connection, no, of emotion, of mental health to physical illness, and how it can make us vulnerable, no, to different illnesses, including the coronavirus. So what are we going to do? Okay, what are we gonna do now? So we learn to manage our emotions. How? There are simple ways. First, no, we have to learn our balance. No? We need to recognize, and recognition requires us to be aware. And awareness requires us to be honest to ourselves. Yun ang problema kasi people, lalo na for people who has a very high garbo, di man na sila mo honest sa ilang selves, no? So ganito, if you already experience any, yung sabi ko na parang constriction of muscles in here, because you feel like there is a building emotion of anger, no, of irritability, do not push through. What you should do is stop. Okay? You have to be kind to yourself, to give it a rest. Ibig sabihin, atras ka muna, inhale, or irritability or anxiety, no? Those in the negative part. You have to give your time to breathe. Okay? Not from here, but from your abdomen. So, breathe. Hold for 4 seconds. Let it go. Breathe. Hold for 4 seconds. Let it go. Okay? And some people will close their eyes. Just breathe. Okay? Breathe. Let it go. Okay. Now, another thing that you need to recognize. Feeling of anxiety, feeling of anger, no, automatically blocks our creative mind. Actually, there are mechanisms. I don't have to present it to you, no? Let's go to the shortcut. Basta feeling of anger and anxiety, feeling of sadness, it automatically, no, corrupts the functioning of our prefrontal cortex. Ibig sabihin, prefrontal, our ability to learn, our ability to reason out based on facts, no, our ability to be empathic and understanding, all of those are corrupted if you cannot control emotion. So that's why you need to withdraw for a while from a situation and breathe so that you can put enough oxygen in your body that will allow your blood flow. No? Ma'am, nga importante man yun ang blood flow. Kasi naramdaman mo na nag-constrict na yan Nag-constrict na mga ugat mo. Naninigas ka na dito. No? Bumibigat ito. So kulang na yan sa oxygen because of that strong emotion. So give yourself a break and breathe. Now, you think it's just breathing? No. it works well, no? In helping us manage emotion. So 10. Kung kulang ang 10 sa'yo, huwag kang magmadali. Give yourself time, no? To breathe, to relax, no? Now, for some people with problem in anger management, what we give them is yung softballs, no? Okay? So, what we try to teach them is ganito. When you are angry and you feel like you can no longer, you're not connected with reasoning, no? Huwag ka munang magsalita. Don't talk. Okay? Okay? Huwag ka muna magsalita. Ihinga mo muna yung iyong galit. Okay. Hindi po karuwagan ang pag-atras para bigyan ang sarili ng panahon na mag-relax. Yun po ay katapangan. Dahil kaya mong umatras para sa ganon, umiwas ka sa mas malaking gulo na pwedeng maidulot ng mga sasabihin mo na makakasakit ng kapwa mo. So breathe. For some people, they go walking and breathe. They get some fresh air and breathe. Napakadali po, no? Napakadali. Okay? O, ganito pa. I always teach laughter kasi, no? Okay, kasi the old adage, as I said, that laughter is the best medicine, okay, has been used for a long, long time. Okay. How will I want to see you. I hope I could see you. Okay. There you are. Now, but your screen are not moving. Can you mute? But can I see you? Because in our next activity, I will be asking you to laugh with me. So I encourage people to laugh. Now, ito po kasi yon. According to a scientific study in the United States and in India, our brain, no, has no capacity to determine fake laughter from genuine laughter. As long as you laugh, no, your body will negate, no, the effects of cortisol because it releases the endorphins. Nag-release siya ng endorphin, which is actually our happy hormone. So ibig sabihin, when we are undergoing emotions like anxiety, sadness, no, or anger, laughter is an immediate yan, no? It's an immediate therapy that we can use so that we can negate the increase of cortisol. And, no, the effect of endorphin can make you feel joyful, can increase the oxygen in your brain. And so, there is better functioning physically. Do you understand? Now, kaya lang wala na kasing time, no? But sa mga dating naging participants ko, I showed them a video, no? It's actually a video showing how they use laughter to help cancer patients recover. Take note, cancer patients. And they found out that laughter indeed is helpful, no, in managing our symptoms. Okay, ako mismo, pag masakit ang ulo ko, hindi pa ako umiinom agad ng gamot. Tumatawa po ako. Okay, so I laugh. Ganito, paano pag walang nakakatawa? Yun nga po sabi sa research, the brain cannot recognize fake and genuine laughter. We get the same benefits. And it's anti-aging. No? So, we have to use it. Because God gave this to us. Andyan Binigay na sa atin. All we have to do is do it. That is why I want us to do it together. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, Doc.
That's why I told you to get a mirror. Sige, ganito ha.
Meron na lang.
Mirror. Pag mag-isa ka lang, ganito yan. Pag umiiyak ka, kasi talagang may pinagdadaanan ka, effective ito. Sa may mga pinagdadaanan, i-try nyo ito. Tapos i-chat nyo talaga ako ha, kung ano. Tingnan nyo ang sarili nyo sa mirror.
O nakatawa na lang yun.
Let's say umiiyak ka kasi may pinagdadaanan ka kay talagang sabi ko nga it's okay to cry. Cry it out. Okay? Tapos tingin ka sa mirror. And then look at yourself. Makipag-eye to eye ka sa sarili mo. Because the secret in life is that you need to have an eye contact. Actually, this is a social activity. Kaya lang kasi ano man tayo, online man tayo, hindi ko lang kung may kasama kayo dyan. Pero kung may kasama kayo dyan, okay, you have social distancing, you look at each other's eyes right now. Wala mo nang tawa, look at each other lang sa eyes, tingnan lang ang isa't isa. Connect. Connect. Just connect. Okay? Practice. Kasi minsan hindi na tayo nakaka-connect sa ating mga partners eh. No? Connect with the person. Okay? And then start smiling. Start with a smile. 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 Okay? And then smile. And then say, come on, say it. Laugh.
Panilisod na lang.
Pero pumatawa ka. Smile. Laugh. Try it. When you laugh, you try to laugh when you're starting for 20 seconds. Okay, can you do it? Ako magta-timer ha.
Magkatawa.
I tell you, it will improve sleep. When you do laughter, let's say, basta magla-laughter pag bagong kain. Okay? Siguro mga 2 hours after mag-laughter. So this time, I want you to look at each other and 1, 2, 3, go. Let's laugh together. 1, 2, 3, laugh.
Totoo kasi yung kinatawaan mo.
And then, inhale,
Inhale.
exhale. Inhale, exhale. Exhale. Okay. Sa mga lalaki,
Sa malaki daw.
okay. Minsan, when you are angry, you like to box. Gusto mong suntukin yung pader. Okay. So, hindi enough ang tawa sa'yo. That is why, just like what we did last time, I recommend you to smile. Okay? Please try to do this movement. And while you are doing this movement, and I hope you're doing it with me right now. Come on, do it with me. While you're doing it, okay, you have to laugh.
Bingka.
Okay, and then breathe. Inhale. We have to accept that its benefits. So we need
Speaker?
to
Yun, it's okay. Tayo siya dito. Action siya. Di ba siya nagkatawa? Ay, naminaw mo dito? Naminaw sad mo dito?
Yes. Okay. Are you still with me?
Yes po.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes po.
Aside from laughter, another thing that we can do at home, ito pa pala isang recommendation ko, no, sa mga mag-asawa. Alam niyo sa mag-asawa, you are intimate naman, so you can actually talk about it. Kung meron kayong mga strong emotions, even in the office, I already said this and I keep repeating it. Na? In the office, if you're going to have a meeting and then you know that you're going to talk about a hot topic na meron ng pre-existing na issue at parang meron ng namuo na negatibong emosyon, huwag nyo agad pag-usapan. You have to manage the emotion first para hindi kayo magkainitan, para maging productive. Now, how do you do it? Now, incorporate team management. No? What they do is they laugh first. They laugh together as part of their activity prior to the meeting. So that, why do they do it? Bakit nila yung ginagawa? To dissolve any negative emotions. And when they go inside that meeting, no, and they start that meeting, they have a positive mood. And so, this is an example of recognizing the role of emotion in our capacity to be productive. Unlike na, ano de kung suko ko. Oh, meeting na ta, bisag suko-suko, bahala na. Diba? Okay? So you do not recognize the importance of emotion because you are not doing anything to manage it. So you have to manage it. So what we do, okay, may social distancing man, okay, let's say you are all there, you are in circle ba, you are in a group, okay? All you have to do, very, very, very simple, no? You have to look at each other and then greet. O sige, ganito ha. O, bahala na kung ano ang tingin natin sa isa't isa. Basta, we have to be courteous. After you greet, you laugh. So sabihin mo, kahit sabihin mo pa na visit dyan, good morning. Good afternoon. Okay. Hello. Okay. So, you are helping each other to manage your emotions. No? And then, okay, we're done greeting each other using laughter. This time, together in 20 seconds. Let's laugh. Let's fill this room with laughter. So, can we do it? 1, 2, 3. And when you are laughing, your breathing is also exercised. That is why your oxygen, body oxygen, is also increasing. Okay. So, please recognize the benefits of laughter, no, to negate the effects of hormones that will destroy our physical body and will cause physical ailment. So it's better to laugh, no, than to be angry or to be hostile. Okay. So we're done breathing, laughter. Next. There are times in our life na magulo ang isip natin, especially when we have to make important decisions, no? Ang isa kasi sa common mistake natin is that when we are bombarded with so many issues inside our head, pinipilit kasi natin eh, no? Pinipilit natin na we try to pressure ourselves more. Okay? But actually that is wrong. Because as I said, when you are experiencing high emotions, no, it actually, sabi ko nga, closes your mind, your creative mind. So you cannot really make a good decision. Or rather, what is a good decision? A decision wherein you accept the consequences. That is why you are atras abante, atras abante. Oo na, nidili na po, oo na, nidili na po, oo na, nidili na po. Okay? So what you should do, we always suggest that you do self-meditation. Okay, so right now, bear with me, bigyan niyo pa ako ng 10 minutes, no? What I'd like you to do is listen to the first music. Ma'am Christine, are you with me? Yung music na pina-download ko sa'yo.
Yes po, Doc.
Okay, so prepare. Okay. The music is very powerful, no? When you put your heart into it. Ganito. When you meditate, the first goal is increase your awareness. Increase your awareness, and then what you should do is you try to filter out all other things except of that thing that you'd like to be aware of. Like, for example, I just would like to be aware of my breathing. So while you are meditating, all your attention should be in your breathing. Kung ano man yung gustong pumasok na niloko ka, tinarantado ka, manloloko, walang ya, magpasok man yan automatic, lalo na sa mga tao may automatic thoughts, filter them out. Filter them out, no? My focus is my breathing. So pag pumapasok yung mga automatic thoughts, stop. Filter out, filter out. Now, for beginners, mahirap man mag-filter out. So we teach them mantra. Okay, mantra. Okay, are you ready to learn a mantra with me? Are you?
Yes.
Yes, yes, Doc.
Okay, this mantra is,
Yes po.
alam mo ba that I paid for this mantra? Kasi I got it from, I got it from yung sa mga Buddhists, and they go for healing and etc. No? So I'm gonna share it to you, no? Because I also would like to share positivity. The mantra is Shrim Braze. Shrim Braze. No, it's a mantra actually that calls for wealth, no, for good things that will happen in your life. Like if you have difficulty filtering out, so you can keep telling yourself Shrim Braze, Shrim Braze, Shrim Braze. Ang mangyayari kasi niyan, habang sinasabi mo yung mantra mo, pipilit pa rin papasok sa utak mo yung gumugulo sa'yo, yung mga issue sa buhay mo. Yan talagang mangyayari. Subukan nyo, yung may mga problema ngayon. Tonight, try. Okay? So ang gawin mo, just repeat the mantra. Shrim Braze, Shrim Braze, Shrim Braze. At mararamdaman mo na magre-relax ka na. Shrim Braze, Shrim Braze. Ibig sabihin, you are already winning against those issues. Nafi-filter out mo na. Okay? Kasi, kaya tayo nai-stress kasi we do not know how to filter out issues. Lahat pinapatulan mo. Lahat iniisip mo. You don't know when to stop thinking. Okay? Automatic na eh. So you need to meditate in order for you to go back having a control over your thoughts. Okay? Yun ang sekreto dyan. Ngayon, ayaw mo ng Shrim Braze. Okay, pwede mo rin sabihin paulit-ulit, peace, love, good health, and prosperity. Okay? Pwede mong sabihin, peace, love, good health, and prosperity. 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 And while you are saying that to yourself, you may listen to music. Okay, mga Zen music. Okay, that's one alternative. Ngayon, another alternative. Let's say, bigat, ito especially sa mga taong malungkot. Yung may mga galit, okay, yung may mga galit sa kalooban, no, may issues sa relasyon. Ito yung music na gusto kong pakinggan nyo. So what I would like to do, no, is wholeheartedly say to yourself the lyrics of the song while you are listening to it. And ito, 3 minutes yan eh. While you are listening to the music, I want you to close your eyes and then filter out everything that comes in. Lahat ng other issues, kahit anong issue, problema, tanggalin. Dapat ang maisip mo lang, ang makita mo lang inside your head, at ang boses lang na naririnig mo while listening to the music is yourself saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Because you know what? We have to say sorry to ourselves, especially for the times that you failed to take good care of it. Those times you did not eat on time. Those times you keep thinking of so many problems and neglecting that self. And because of that, you also neglected your relationship. Okay? So what I'd like you to do is start singing this song to yourselves. Saying to yourself, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you and I love you. Okay, can you please try to sing it with me? And try to unmute so you can sing it with me. Okay? Put your hands here in your heart.
Sige,
Okay.
go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Forgive me.
I thank you,
Thank you.
and I love
I love you.
again. I'm sorry,
Ano kanta?
please forgive me.
I'm sorry.
Thank you,
Sorry.
and I love you. Okay, now I want you to close your eyes. Are you ready, Ma'am Christine, to play the song?
Yes, Doc.
Okay, let's play the song. Everybody, close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, filter out other informations coming into your head. Let's say those words repeatedly. Man, kindly play the song na po. Focus. To help you focus, be aware of your breathing. Be aware of your breathing. Do we already have the song? Yes. Can you please sing the song? And I love you. I'm sorry. Please
Forgive me.
limitation. Okay. I think this is limitation of online. Okay, so this is my suggestion for you. Kindly get the link of this song, and I promised you that when you meditate this song, it will help you discover humility. Okay? Because if we have stress or distress that is stemming from relationship issues, this song can really be of big help, no? In order for you to discover humility. Because the truth is that without humility, no conflict can be resolved. Again, without humility, no conflict can be resolved. Without humility, forgiveness cannot be achieved. 2 years ago, the best research study was about the effect of humility and forgiveness in mental health. And we found out in psychology that humility and forgiveness are two state or two attitude that actually has a huge impact in our mental health. If we could exercise humility and forgiveness in our relationships, then we could say that we are more capable of experiencing a positive mental health. So again, this is the limitation of our online. So at home, probably tonight, kindly listen to this song and follow through the instruction that I gave you. Okay. Now, another music that I'd like to share to you is this one. Okay. Okay. This one is the other song that I'd like you to hear. Okay. This one. I don't know if you could listen to this. Okay. This song is also available in the YouTube. No? You can also take it because it's a very good song to meditate. You can use this music while you are saying your mantra. Let's say you don't have issues in relationships. No, you don't have issues in terms of humility and forgiveness. You just would like to achieve tranquility because your work is pressuring. So this is the song that you can listen to. I don't know if you are seeing it right now. Are you seeing the picture right now?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, thank you for telling me because I thought you're looking at it right now. So wait, just give me 5 minutes so you can see it. So you can experience it, this one. Okay. Are you looking at it right now?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay. Na-share ko na kasi siya.
Yes po, we're looking at it na po.
Yes. Please, if you are listening to this music right now, try to practice some meditation, even for 2 minutes, because this is a 3-minute music. Just the goal is you have to learn to filter out information in your head, increase your awareness, focus into your breathing, bring more oxygen to your body. If you cannot stop the thoughts from coming into your head, say a mantra. You can say, I want to love myself. I respect myself. I want to experience joy in life. I forgive myself. I thank you myself. I love myself. Breathe. I choose to be happy. I choose to be joyful. I have a God. He will make me strong. He will provide for me. My God will provide for me. Breathe. Breathe. You are born in this world to experience the delights of the Lord, not to suffer. You are not born to suffer. You are born to experience the blessings of God. We will surpass this pandemic. Because above all, we have a God that loves us. Okay, we no longer have much time. Okay, thank you for participating. And well, that's the limitation of online seminar. I wish this could have been better if we are together, probably in due time and in God's due time. Okay, thank you very much for joining me today. Um, do you have any questions, clarifications, or anything? I think we have, it's up to you. I don't know if our moderator is there.
Once again, thank you very much, Ma'am Virginia, for the wonderful input that you shared to us. At this juncture, is our open forum. So for those who have questions or anything to say, you may unmute your microphone and address your question to our speaker.
I'm listening, okay? Yes, so nobody's asking any question.
Parang wala na yung question natin, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, so
Thank you po sa lahat.
okay, so once again, let's give our
Thank you,
virtual
ma'am.
applause to our speaker, Ma'am Virginia ulit. Thank you once again, ma'am.
Salamat po. God bless you, everyone.
And to give a send-off address,
Thank you po, ma'am.
I'd like to call our college nurse, Ma'am Christina Zaida Yi Bisenan RN, for some send-off address.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
With all our hearts, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to our dear speaker, Dr. Virginia Ulit, for selflessly sharing your time and wisdom and for opening our minds to a better understanding about emotion management that will help us cope, especially now that we are facing pandemic. A man who thinks wisely is a man who sees life beautifully. To sum it up, I hope that everyone has learned something from this seminar again. Thank you very much to each and everyone. May God bless us all.
Yes, God bless us all.
Okay,
Salamat.
thank you very much, ma'am. Can we, for a while, turn on our camera for some documentation?
Walang picture pa.
Hi. All right. Before we really end our session, we'd like to present this certificate of recognition as a gesture of our appreciation to our speaker.
And I'm receiving it right now.
Yes. Okay. Like, okay, so this certificate of recognition is given to Ma'am Virginia F. Ulit Arsay. For her invaluable contribution as a resource speaker during the webinar on emotion and resiliency enhancement held on October 8, 2020 at Compostela Valley State College. Given this 8th day of October 2020, signed Dr. Christy Jean Viganiera, Sese. Again, we present the certificate of recognition to Ma'am Virginia F. Ulit Arsay. A virtual applause, everyone.
Picture. Doc, we will have a picture.
How do we do that? Just stay here, okay?
Okay, yes.
Tara, kita.
Guwapa sa school nurse.
Okay, smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you, Doc.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you po, Doc.
Virginia ulit.
Thank you.
Salamat.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bless you, ma'am.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I hope you
Bye
listen to that music.
Bye,
Salamat po.
Virginia.
Bye.
See you again one day, Doc.
Bye-bye.
Maraming
So, on pag-leave, ano?